Have you ever met someone who seems to sprinkle swear words and insults into every sentence, almost like it's their second language? You know, the kind of person who calls their best friend an idiot as a term of endearment, or drops a casual insult at the dinner table and expects everyone to laugh. It's confusing, right? Are they just joking, or is there something deeper going on? Today we're diving into the psychology behind people who have normalized abusive language and slang. We'll explore why they do it, what it reveals about them, and most importantly, how you can handle these situations without losing your cool. Stick around because this might change the way you see your next awkward conversation. Let's first understand the why. For many, it starts in their environment. If someone grows up in a family or a social circle where harsh language and casual insults are the norm, they learn to see it as a completely normal way to communicate. It's not necessarily malicious in their eyes. It's just how people talk. Think of it like a regional accent. They've picked it up without even realizing it. Their brain has been wired to believe that this is a standard form of expression, a way to bond, or even a sign of closeness. They might say something like, "Don't be so sensitive, I'm just kidding," if you react negatively because they genuinely don't see the harm in their words. Another major reason is insecurity. You've probably heard the saying, "Hurt people hurt people." Well, insecure people often insult people. Using aggressive language can be a defense mechanism. By putting others down, even jokingly, they create a temporary feeling of superiority. It's a way to deflect from their own perceived weaknesses. If they can make someone else feel small, they feel bigger by comparison. This is often a subconscious strategy. They might not even be aware of their own deep-seated insecurities. They just know that this aggressive posture helps them navigate social situations where they feel vulnerable or out of their depth. It's a shield, a very poorly made shield, but a shield nonetheless. Then there's the desire to appear tough or edgy. In certain subcultures, using strong, often offensive language is seen as a sign of authenticity and rebellion. It's a way to signal that you're not a conformist, that you're real and unfiltered. These individuals might feel that being polite or using careful language is a sign of weakness or being fake. They adopt a persona that relies on shock value and abrasive talk to build their identity. They want to be seen as someone who isn't afraid to speak their mind, even if speaking their mind just means being unnecessarily harsh. It's a performance designed to project an image of strength and confidence they may not actually possess. So you've identified someone in your life who fits this description. Maybe it's a coworker, a friend, or even a family member. What do you do? The first step is to not take it personally. Remember, their language is often a reflection of their own internal world, their upbringing, or their insecurities, not a true measure of your worth. Detaching emotionally is your first line of defense. When they throw out a casual insult, instead of reacting with anger or hurt, try to see it for what it is, a flawed communication strategy. This mindset shift is crucial. It moves you from being a victim of their words to being an observer of their behavior. Once you've detached, it's time to set boundaries. This is the most important part. You need to teach people how you want to be treated. You can do this calmly and assertively. You don't need to start a fight. The next time they say something that crosses the line, you can simply say, "Hey, I know you might not mean it that way, but I don't like being spoken to like that." Or, "I'd appreciate it if you didn't use that kind of language around me." Be direct, be firm, and be consistent. The first time you do this, they might be surprised or even get defensive. They might accuse you of being too sensitive. Don't back down. Hold your ground calmly. You can respond with, "This isn't about being sensitive, it's about mutual respect. This is my boundary." By repeating this calmly every time it happens, you are conditioning them to understand that this behavior is not acceptable with you. It might take time, but consistency is key. You're not trying to change who they are. You're just defining the terms of your interaction with them. It's about protecting your own peace and well-being. If they value their relationship with you, they will eventually learn to adjust their communication style, at least when they're around you. Another powerful technique is what's called the disarming technique. When they hurl an insult disguised as a joke, instead of getting defensive, you can respond with genuine curiosity. For example, if they say, "Wow, that was a stupid idea," you can calmly look at them and ask, "What makes you say that?" Or, "Can you explain what you mean?" This does two things. First, it forces them to confront the reality of their words. It's easy to throw out a lazy insult, but it's much harder to justify it with logic. Often they won't have a real answer, and the awkward silence that follows can be very telling. Second, this approach shifts the power dynamic. You are no longer the target reacting to their attack. You are now the one in control of the conversation, asking for clarification. This can make them feel uncomfortable and less likely to try the same tactic again. It shows them that their words don't have the intended effect of making you feel small. Instead, their words are being scrutinized. You're essentially holding up a mirror to their behavior, and most people don't like what they see when they're forced to look. This method requires a bit of practice and courage, but it is incredibly effective at shutting down this kind of verbal aggression. But what if they don't change? What if, despite your best efforts to set boundaries and disarm them, they continue their behavior? This is where you have to make a tough decision. You have to evaluate the importance of this relationship. Is this person adding value to your life, or are they constantly draining your energy? Sometimes the best way to handle people who refuse to respect your boundaries is to limit your exposure to them. This doesn't mean you have to have a dramatic falling out. It can be a gradual process of creating distance. You might choose to spend less time with them, stop engaging in one-on-one conversations, or only interact with them in group settings where their behavior is more likely to be diluted. Prioritizing your mental and emotional health is not selfish. It's necessary. You are not obligated to tolerate disrespect from anyone, no matter who they are. Your peace of mind is worth protecting. Remember, you can't control how other people act, but you can absolutely control how you respond and who you allow into your inner circle. Choose to surround yourself with people who uplift you and communicate with kindness and respect. In the end, understanding the psychology behind people who normalize abuse is not about excusing their behavior, but about empowering yourself. It's about recognizing that their words are often a symptom of their own issues. By learning to detach, set firm boundaries, use disarming techniques, and, if necessary, create distance, you can protect your own well-being and cultivate a more positive social environment for yourself. You deserve to be treated with respect, and you have the power to demand it. Thanks for watching today. I hope this gives you some practical tools to navigate those tricky conversations. If you've ever dealt with someone like this, share your experience in the comments below. How did you handle it? Your story might help someone else. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe for more content on psychology and self-improvement. See you in the next one.